Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you doing? Good evening. Good evening. How you doing? How was your day? Mm, just relaxing. So I just want us to talk about something tonight. Okay, it's actually evening in my location. I don't know what time is it there. Please, where are you tuning in from? So I just felt like talking about change. I want to use some real life scenarios to talk about change. Please, where are you tuning in from? Let me know so we can connect properly. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. How has your day been? Oh, you can't see my face. Yes, I'm using a green screen because I have poor lighting where I am. It's actually dark over here and the lighting is poor. That's why can't use I can't show my face, but you can hear my voice, right? Just tell me where you're tuning in from. I want us to talk about change. Hello, Mr. Void. How are you doing? Hello, Shabarish. Sugar, how are you doing? Hello, Shabarish. Sugar, how are you doing? Thanks for joining my live stream. How are you doing? Where are you tuning in from? Oh, you can hear my voice. Nice to hear that. Thank you so much. So tonight, okay, it's actually night where I am. I don't know the time over there. Hello, Sad Ali. How you doing? I want us to talk about change. Change is something is okay. They usually say change is inevitable, right? Sometimes we are towing a particular line and all of a sudden, after much consideration, we I'm back. My network keeps going off and on. I don't know why. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think I'm back. The network keeps misbehaving. I don't know why. Mr. Void, aside Ali. Yeah, if you are here, just say hello. Let me know you can hear me. Yeah, I was talking before the network just logged me out. Okay, tonight or in this live stream, I want to talk about change. All right, they said change is inevitable, right? Yeah, sometimes we change from one pattern to another pattern. Sometimes we decide to change jobs. Sometimes we move houses. Sometimes location. But change is something that often occur within humans, right? But then, does change just happen? Does it just happen all of a sudden? I doubt, because I use myself as an example. Before you start that project, before you start that job, before you start behaving the way you are behaving, you have thought about it. You gave it a thorough thoughts, and then you you looked at it thoroughly, and then decided on what exactly you wanted to do. So if anybody comes to say that, oh, it just happened, no, 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 I don't take that, because I've also been through. We are all alive, aren't we? We are alive. So we have made some decisions, or we have taken some decisions. I could remember when I decided to, okay, I had this plan, I had this ambition to further my education. I think then I just had my first degree, yeah. And then I got married, I started having my children. But I knew in my heart that I really wanted to further my education. But I kept saying, if I go back to school, then I would have my family would have to sacrifice so much, you know. I kept on thinking about my kids, I kept on thinking about my family. I was like, if I go back to school, my loved ones will have to bear it. That my time will now be depleted, my time, my energy, my focus, and then it will definitely affect them. So I waved it off. I said, no, 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 I don't think I was going to do that. But then, and then I was also doing my 9 to 5. So I was like, okay, how can this, how? It won't work. I just abandoned that idea. But then I went for a particular conference, and then I listened to the instructor, or the convener, right? And this person, okay, I'm a teacher actually. Yeah, so this person was talking about a particular area I wanted to specialize in. And I think I was saying and how he handled it. And I said, this is where I really want to be. This is my vision. Then I went back again. I started thinking again normally. I was like, okay, I really love to go my bright. The topic I'm talking about, things you see some people just trying to deceive you that, oh, it just happened. No, they thought about it, they gave it a thorough thoughts, and then came to a conclusion. All right. And I think that's what we all do. Please, if you are here, just tell me where you are tuning in from so that I can connect. Let me give you a shout out, and then also double tap on the screen. All right. So I was, like I said, I was still thinking about it, handle family, job, and other things with education again. I gave it a thought, like I said. I was just brooding over it. And then we had some colleagues then that were a bit younger than I was. And these people were going on with, they had to further their education. They were coping. Their kids were younger than my kids as at then. And I had to ask one of them, how are you coping with your toddlers and then this job? Please, can you still hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm from Nigeria side. I don't know if you are still with me. My network is just going off and on. Okay, so I was saying something. All right, so I said I got talking with the colleagues of mine as at then, who were younger than I was and had younger children, but they were still schooling in addition to the 9 to 5 job we're doing. And for me, I can learn from anybody, yeah. So I got talking with them, and then I think it was a line of what one of my colleagues was saying, that this was her dream. In fact, she had a dream of going furthering her education before she got married, and she doesn't want to really stop it, because if she stops, if she does not pursue her dream, she will not feel fulfilled. And then I now like went back home and thought over what. Hello, Winnie. How you doing? Thanks for joining. I'm talking about change. That change starts from within. Change does not just happen like that. It starts from within. So anybody telling you, it just happened, it just happened. No, 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 no. Maybe they were cooking it up then. So I'm also using my life as an example to tell you that change is from within. It doesn't just happen like that. Okay, so I was talking about how I had a dream to further my education, and then I was using family, children as excuse. So I was challenged by my colleagues that were younger at that time and were still doing what I was afraid of doing. All right, they had all the conditions that I had that was looking like a limitation, or something like holding me back. So I went back and thought about it, and I said, okay, I was saying that because of kids I cannot further my education. I was saying because of job I can't this, and but now I've seen people younger and have more challenges, and they were still on. And then I decided in my heart that nobody was holding me back. Not my children, not my family, not my job. The only thing holding me back was myself. That was the bitter truth I told myself. And that was just what I told myself. I don't know what others can see, but I just looked at everything, because I said, wow, nothing was really holding me back. Not children, not job, nothing. And so I started brooding over that thoughts that came to me, that nobody is holding me back. I was the one holding myself with the 1,001 excuses I was giving to myself. So that is what happens to people till date. They have this dream, they have that dream. They keep looking at or magnifying limiting beliefs. Like they keep magnifying things that are limiting them, but they are the ones holding themselves back, because you have to decide in your hearts. When you have decided within, when you have fought that battle within, then it will manifest in the physical. Everything will align. I hope you are following. If you are still here with me, just say hello. Okay. Winnie, are you here? Side. All right. If you are still watching, just say hello to me. Let me be sure you are here with me. So, okay, let me continue. So, I told myself, or I came to a realization that nobody was holding me back. It was me. I was the one holding myself back. And so from that moment, the change began. Like the quest for change, the desire to pursue my dream started. The seed was sown. You know how seed is. When you sow a seed, that seed will, you know, germinate and start growing, and it will bear fruit and all that. So that thought was like the seed that was sown in my heart. They thought that I was the only one holding myself back. Just like several things holding us back from, exploring, from living the best version of ourselves. So many things just holding us back. We are our number one enemies, or you or I am the only one that can keep me down. How, you can ask me, because I keep giving myself excuse. Oh, I'm back. This network is just so blessed. So I was saying something. If you are still here, say hello. I'll have everything I want to say tonight. Okay, you are the only one that has the ability to hold yourself down. All right. So the day you decide in your hearts, the seed will be sown. And that seed, if well nurtured, well taken care of, with the required information, that seed will definitely grow. And it's when it has grown that the world will see. Do you understand? So change begins within. The change you need to make your life better begins within. It begins with that decision, that decision to change, that hunger to change. There was something I placed on my Facebook page that was like, when there is when there is this hunger, when you have knowledge, and you have the skill of resilience, then results will come. So that seed, that idea, that light, when you conceive it, you get more knowledge, and then you are hungry to change, and then it will show up. That's what I'm saying. That change, just that simple decision that you need. When you have decided, after brooding over the thoughts that will come to your mind, and then when you've decided that, okay, you want to throw this lane, you want to do this, you start getting information, and then you start asking, and then what the world will see is the things you start doing differently. Meanwhile, it did not start at 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 the time the world is seeing it. It started within. It always starts within. Change always starts within. For instance, there is this particular situation you are not comfortable with. You have to conceive it in your heart. You have to decide in your heart, in your mind, that okay, I'm not okay with this again. And then you start giving it a thought. Okay, what do I do? How do I go about this? How do I do this? How do I do that? You get the necessary knowledge, required knowledge, and then change will come. Like that seed that is sown. For instance, you have a corn seed, or seed of bean, or bean seed, or corn. When it is being planted, nobody sees it. When that seed is planted, is usually on the ground. Nobody sees it. It will now become visible when when you see the shoots, when it starts growing, when it starts bearing fruit. That's when the world will see. That's when others can see. That's when they witness it. So that's what I'm saying. The change begins within. That desire, that action you need to take begins within, with that thoughts first, and then the knowledge you get, the fruits that the world outside will see. So in essence, what am I saying? You want a change in your finances, you want a change in your family, you want a change in your education. Have you conceived it in your hearts? When you have conceived it, okay, after conceiving, there are other processes. It starts from within. It starts from within. So that moment you stop blaming everybody for your inability, the moment you stop blaming the world, blaming everybody, your geography, you blaming you stop the moment you stop playing the blame game. That is when the change begins. That moment you take that bold step, that's when the change begins or began. That moment you take that bold step, the moment you take the bull by the horn, you decide in your heart that no, it's not going to be the way it was again. You want to break the barrier. You want to start. That's that moment you think about it. That's when the change begins. That moment is the time of planting of the seed. That is the seed moment. That moment you conceive that idea, just like a light, just like the light bulb moment. That thing you conceive in your heart, that time you conceived that idea, that light, that when that light comes in your heart, that is when the change begins. But when will the world see it? The world begin to see it when the fruit starts appearing. Yeah. So what is that thing you want to change? What is that life you want to live? What is that project you want to start? What is that difficult whatever you need, what is that decision you need to make? It starts in the mind. It begins as a seed. Conceive it, plant it, nurture it. Remember, when a seed is planted, what happens? That seed will need to be watered. That seed needs to be in a good soil, like be received. The seed is being received. That soil, when you dig the soil and you plant that soil has to accept that seed. The soil is your heart. Just we can liken the soil to your heart. When that idea drops, do you receive it? Just like, when several people are in a training, the same training, the same word goes out to like a number of persons, but it's just a few persons that will run with it. Those people that run with that idea, with that new, they have received that seed. They conceived it. And that seed begins to be nurtured. It will be watered by more knowledge, by the hunger. What things the world sees begins from within. What is that thing you need to change today? What is that story that you need to change today? It begins within. It begins within. It begins within. Change does not come by okay, I want to live this life again, and then you go and change your hairstyle. It's not the physical attribute, the physical the things we see in the physical is not the major thing. Change begins within, in your heart. Your heart. Please, if you are still here, say hello to me. Let me know so that I can give you a shout out. Let me know that I'm not the only one here. And if you're enjoying it also, just tell me whatever is standing out for you that will take home as well, so that I can continue towards your take home. Whatever line I've said that stands out for you or that stood out for you, just put it in the comments, right? So yeah. So I said the change we all need begins within, in our hearts, the mind. The mind. And so if your mind is not capable of receiving ideas or conceiving ideas, that means you need to work on your mind. Just like the ladies, okay, the female gender that do conceive the fetus and then nurtures it and all that. Do you know that There are some where we have some women, maybe they may have issues with their womb or with conception and all that. The same thing goes to the heart, so, or the mind. Sometimes we need to nurture the mind. We need to build the mind to be able. We need to build the mind to be able to conceive seeds, conceive life transforming ideas. How to do that? Read books, work on your mind, work on your mind, enrich the mind. Just like we have soils, we have different types of soils. Not every soil, it's not every soil that is good for planting. So, do you usually have good ideas? Do you normally have ideas? Sometimes ideas comes while reading a book. Yes. Like there was this particular project I did. I got that idea while reading a particular book. So if your mind is not capable of conceiving ideas, that means you need to enrich your mind. And how do you do that? Read books. Decide to build your mind. Okay, just a moment. I'm coming. Build your mind, build capacity. Let your mind be built using books. Read books that will help you, that will change your mindset, that will build capacity. Because everything in life, the mindset, your mindset, sometimes it's not what a man can do is not even because of the size of the man, like the height or the size. No, it's the size, the capacity of your mind. That's why if you think you don't really have good ideas or whatever, that means your mind needs more nourishment. That in terms of the books you read, the people you hang out with, the things you know, more knowledge, more capacity. You can, by deciding to read, like read every month, like have a target. The more you read, the more you know. Like I've said something, that there was this particular project I carried out. That project was not thrown from heaven to me. It was through a book I was reading at the time. The book was actually talking about something else, but it gave me another idea. Do you understand? So build your mind, build capacity. Let your mind be built up so that it can conceive good seed. And when the seed is conceived, it can be nourished until nourished and nurtured so that it can. Eight. All right, so I was saying something. I think we'd have to continue this later. I have to attend to something. Bye.
They burn somebody at night.
Where?
No, I'm doing.
Hey, God, I beg you.